there are some verbs after which we always use another verb plus ing. Yes, that's right. Sometimes mistakenly, some friends of mine use these verbs with two infinitive, that is infinitive, two plus verb, and that is wrong. For example, look at the board. Look at these examples. I enjoy reading. That's the correct sentence. Absolutely correct sentence. I enjoy reading. Now, if you unfortunately use two plus verb, you will be incorrect. That is what Oxford says. And I think what Oxford says is full and final, so we have to follow those rules only. So here remember, after enjoy, never use a verb with two. Always use verb plus ing. I enjoy reading, I enjoy watching movies, I enjoy playing cricket, I enjoy eating different types of junk food. So I enjoy plus verb plus ing. This is the rule. Next one. Would you mind closing the door? Would you mind closing the door? This mind, this is used here as a verb. And follow this. After this verb, mind, there is another verb, close, plus ing, closing. So the door. Do not say, would you mind to close the door? Would you mind to close the door? That is absolutely incorrect. So this type of a structure is used when you are requesting somebody. Would you mind buying me a pen? Would you mind buying me a pen? Mind plus buy plus ing. Don't say, would you mind to buy a pen for me? That will be wrong. So after mind, whenever you use any verb, remember, after mind, when mind is used as a verb, after that, when you use another verb, always remember you have to add ing to it. So do not use the infinitive form of the verb. Do not say, would you mind to close the door as written here. See here, written not. That is the incorrect sentence. Next one. She suggested going to the cinema. Suggested is a verb. After that, another verb, go, plus ing. He suggested going to the cinema. Do not say he suggested to go to the cinema. He suggested to go to the cinema is incorrect. You cannot use that. So he suggested doing something. He suggested going somewhere. He suggested eating something. Okay? Do not say he suggested to eat. Now, this particular word suggest, when used in this kind of a structure, a construction, poses some problems for the non-native speakers. Native speakers also make mistakes, of course. I'm not saying that they are absolutely correct all the time. But especially when we, the Indian students, deal with this word suggest, we should be a little cautious because we may make mistakes there. That's why it is important for us to know how suggested can be used. So here you have learned one form, suggested plus verb plus ing. She suggested going to the cinema. So this way, any sentence you want, you can construct with the word suggest. Now, if you use suggest plus a that clause, your sentence will also be correct. For example, she suggested that we go to the cinema. That we go to the cinema. That is a that clause. And this that clause may be used after suggested. Let's make another example sentence. He suggested that I appear at the examination. He suggested that I appear at the examination. Now, In this context, I would like to tell you, my dear friends, that after suggest, when you are using the that clause, always remember the simple present form of the verb is used. Do not change that form of the verb. Even if you are talking about something that took place in the past, even when you are using a verb with a third person singular number, do not add s or es, or do not use the past tense form of the verb. For example, he suggested, in the past tense, he suggested, now see, that clause, I'm using that clause. He suggested that I go with him. He suggested that I go with him, not I went with him. Suggested is in the past tense. So you may be a little confused. You may think that, okay, suggested is in the past tense, so go should not be used there. We should use the second form of the verb go in order to match suggested. But it's not like that. Why? Because it is called the subjunctive form of the verb. Subjunctive form, okay? In every grammar book, there is a chapter on subjunctive mood. If you want to know more about about the subjunctive mood, then I shall advise you to read that particular chapter of the English grammar. Well, so suggested plus that clause. In the that clause, the simple present form of the verb. There's a first form of the verb must be used. No change is to be brought about. So even when we say he suggested that he go abroad, he suggested that he go abroad, or I suggested that he go abroad. Look here, that he go abroad. This is that clause. So after he, I am using the first form of the verb go. I'm not saying he goes. We know the common rule of the English grammar that when a verb is used with the third person singular number, generally we add s or es to the verb. But in this particular context, only the simple present form of the verb must be used. No s, no es, nothing of that sort. Why? If anybody asks you why, we have to say that that is the subjunctive form of the verb, and that is what the word suggest requires. Because after suggest, when you are using the verb plus ing form, it is okay, all right. Very simple, you understand also. But when you are using the that clause, then you have to remember, you have to use the subjunctive form of the verb. That means no is, no es, no past tense form, nothing. Okay? I may tell a little about the subjunctive mood. I feel tempted to say a little more. But unfortunately, if I go to say a little more about the subjunctive mood and then cover this, what is written here on the whiteboard, the video will become a long one and you will not feel like watching that video then. But still, I promise, my dear friends, I shall make a separate video on the subjunctive mood. And there you will be able to learn a lot more. Now let us look at the board once again. So after these three words, enjoy, mind and suggest, we always use verb plus ing. Remember that and memorize. Remember in the sense, I will request you to memorize all these words that I'm going to share with you today. There is no alternative to memorization. No alternative, in fact. Some more verbs that are followed by ing. Not only these three verbs, there are some more verbs which are followed by a verb and ing. Let us see these verbs. Here also I shall advise you to note down in your exercise book all these words and commit to memory. And on a daily basis, for some days at least, go through these words in your exercise book, so that you do not forget a single of these words. And next time when you make sentences with these words, you don't have any hesitation, you don't have any confusion at all. The words are stop, postpone, admit, avoid, imagine, finish, consider, deny, risk, fancy. So all these words must be followed by a verb plus ing. As simple as that. Let us look at some example sentences. They stopped talking. Here you see stop, followed by talk or another verb plus ing. They stopped talking. Do not say they stopped to talk. That will be incorrect. Even after stop, if you do not use verb plus ing but an infinitive, the meaning will be different. For example, he stopped smoking. That means he has given up smoking. He doesn't smoke anymore. He has stopped smoking. Now use the infinitive form. He has stopped to smoke. What's the meaning? Just the opposite. Why? Now say he is walking and suddenly he has a craving for a cigarette, for smoking. Okay? And he stops to smoke. He lights up a cigarette after standing somewhere. So if you use the infinitive form after stop, the meaning will be absolutely different. So be always cautious when you are using the word stop. Stop plus verb plus ing. They stop talking. They stop talking to each other. Or if you say, here say, they stop to talk. What will it mean? They were doing something. But suddenly they stopped doing that work in order to talk. They stopped to talk. So the meaning is completely different. They stopped talking. Remember this after stop, verb plus ing. Next one, next example sentence. She finished cleaning the flat in the morning. She finished cleaning the flat in the morning. Follow the structure. The word finish is used here. After that, verb plus ing. Clean is a verb, then ing. She finished cleaning the flat in the morning. Next, I always avoid answering her call. I always avoid answering her call. Avoid is a verb. After that, another verb, answer plus ing. All these words you have to memorize. There is no other way. You have to memorize. I have to memorize. Everybody has to memorize. So stop. Once again, let me repeat these words. Stop. When you are using the word stop, remember after that verb plus ing. You have to use another verb plus ing. Postpone in the same way will be used. Admit, for example, he admitted stealing something. Or she has admitted telling a lie. She has admitted telling a lie. So admitted, verb form plus tell, another verb form, then ing, telling. Avoid, imagine, finish, consider, deny. I denied as having seen him. Verb plus ing. Yes, in this way you can use this. He denied having stolen the book. So after deny, we are using have plus ing. Denied having stolen. Okay? But not he denied to steal. You should not use this form, this infinitive form after deny. Risk, fancy, all these words must be followed by another verb plus ing. She finished cleaning the flat in the morning. I always avoid answering her call. He does not fancy dating her. He does not fancy dating her. What's the meaning? He is not enthusiastic about dating her. He is not enthusiastic about dating her. He does not fancy dating her. Okay? Now then, enjoy, mind, suggest must be followed by another verb plus ing. These words which are written here must be followed by verb plus ing. Next, we also use ing after. That means these all group verbs must be followed by another verb plus ing. So many words you have learned today, and all these words are followed by another verb plus ing. Let's look at these group verbs. Give up, put off, go on. Put off means postpone, postpone. Put off, go on, or carry on, keep or keep on. So all these phrases, group verbs, must be followed by a verb plus ing. Let us look at the example sentences. I have given up listening to music. Earlier I used to listen to music, but now I have given up listening to music. They never say I have given up to listen to music. Never use any infinitive form after these group verbs. She wants to go on working. Go on working. Okay? Here you see go on. Go on means continue. She wants to go on working for the overseas company. Go on plus verb plus ing. Working. Do not say go on to work. Do not say. Why do you keep interrupting when I'm talking? Keep. This verb keep must be followed by a verb plus ing. Interrupt is a verb. It is followed by ing. Interrupting. Keep interrupting. Why do you keep interrupting? Why do you keep talking always in the class? When the teacher is teaching, you should remain silent. Why do you always keep talking? Why do you always keep talking? Why do you always carry on doing whatever you are doing when you see that the teacher is present in the class? Carry on plus verb plus ing. Shall I carry on speaking? Shall I carry on teaching? Carry on plus speak plus ing. Carry on plus teach plus ing. Carry on teaching. So you have learned a lot of words. You just count how many words you have learned today. And all these words must be used almost in the same way. Only I have told about suggest also a little more, and you have understood, I think, to some extent. Next, I shall make another video on how to use some words like suggest. There are some other words which are also used with the that clause. And in the that clause, the subjunctive form of the verb is used. That we will discuss in our upcoming videos. So that's all about this lesson. It's not necessary to prolong the video for nothing. And those of you who, and now it is a ritualistic part of the video. Those of you who have not yet subscribed to this video, to this channel, please come forward and subscribe to our channel. If you do not subscribe to our channel, it's very difficult for us to continue with this channel. And those of you who enjoy watching our videos, please give us a like. We are asking for your like. If you dislike, give us a dislike. But please don't forget to write the reason for the dislike in the comment box. Okay? Thank you very much. See you again in that next video session. Bye bye.